Welcome back to Donkey Kong Country. So, since we spent the entire first episode talking about rights and publishers, how about we talk about
this time we're gonna talk about wrongs.
No, we're gonna be talking about lefts.
God damn it.
I don't
Lefts?
I don't want to talk about politics.
I don't either. Let's move on.
Anyway,
Alright.
before we get started,
Let's talk about cats.
A bit of housekeeping we should probably have done in the first episode. As you might be able to tell from the thumbnails from the first episode and this episode, we've got new artwork for pretty much all of us. This artwork has been made by the incredibly talented Ina. She's a very good friend of mine and of the channel now too. From this moment on, we're gonna be leaving a link to her Twitter page in the description down below. So if you're interested, feel free to check it out.
Alright.
Nina, if you're watching this, love you.
Thank you very much.
Love you, girl.
Yeah, thank you,
Same.
thank you, thank you. You get all the cookies I have now.
Okay,
Give
before
them to
I
Mega,
get
but I'm giving them to you.
to my main topic, Unguard has the worst bonus stage in the entire game.
Yeah,
There should be more than like one strand at least.
Yeah, because
Should
like
have been.
I never get the statue in Unguards, so I don't have muscle memory for this one. I have it for every other one, but Unguards is just way too confusing for me.
Oh well.
Anyway,
And it's also going by really fast, like Rambies.
not honestly. This is not Ramby fast. This is kind of normal fast. Like, well, not normal fast, a little bit faster, but yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I want to talk about our history with the game, respective histories with at least the series. I grew up playing this one. I never played the first or second on original hardware. My grandfather on my mother's side owned this game, and it was thanks to him that I actually got into this game very easily. Despite the fact that
Go ahead.
despite the fact that they only had 2 Super Nintendo games, this and Thomas the Tank Engine.
Zip. All right.
I didn't even know that Tom's had a SNES game.
It did, and it's really short and basic. Anyway, go on, Mega.
yeah.
I first played this on a legitimate NES console.
I did too.
if you know what I mean.
Oh. No, you
The only two Donkey Kong Country games that I've played on like on an actual console is like 2 and 3. I don't have the first one on Super Nintendo, even though I should, but I don't. Even though I don't really need to, I have it on NSO anyway. But I don't care. I like physical
Game
plastic
collecting.
shells.
Yeah, game collecting.
I like plastic shells with circuitry and shit.
It's why I have Super Mario World and Link to the Past.
And yeah, when we get
That's
round
why I
to
have
2,
my Sonic games.
when we get round to 2, there's like so much. There's like a lot of good things to say about 2 that I'm pretty sure everyone else has already been said already. But
We're gonna say them anyway.
yeah, fuck it, because they're all true. They're true all the same.
Yeah.
You know, doesn't matter who says it.
Yeah. D-pad?
D-pad.
I'm gonna try not to get emotional with this, you guys, but the Donkey Kong series, it hits a little too close to home for me because growing up, this was a series that, like, not just myself, but my mom and my dad and my brother, we would, like, all kind of take turns playing each level, like, for the games. And then when DK64 came out, it was like a kind of competition between me and my brother with one file, and then my mom and my dad with the other file, trying to see who could beat the game first. And even though, like, they had the advantage while me and my brother were at school to play DK64, they never really did. And me and my brother, we took advantage of, like, staying up late on, like, Fridays and Saturdays to play with the game, because we wanted to try and beat our parents before they could beat us. And like, this is a series that, to this day, my mom still loves to play. Like, this is one of the reasons why I gave her, like, my old Switch, because I got the Mario OLED Switch for Christmas. Because I had told her that, like, the DK games were part of, like, the Nintendo Online expansion pass, and I gave her my copy of the Switch remake of Tropical Freeze, because that's a game that she liked to play on the Wii U before my brother took the game when he moved. No, it's just a series that holds up, and it's actually because of Donkey Kong that I got my nickname DK from my friends. Because my middle name starts with a K, and my actual name starts with a D. And then, I kid you not, I'm gonna have to try and find a picture of this, but for my birthday one year, one of my friends actually made me a replica of DK's tie.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's sweet. When we find it, we could put it on screen right here.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I will probably try and take a picture of it after if I can find it. I think I have it hanging up with my hats. I'm a hat collector, so.
That's really sweet, D-Pad.
It really is.
That's really cute of you.
Well, it wasn't just DKC. It was also Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah.
And then when when my dad passed away, when we had his funeral, one of the songs that my brother and me thought that we should play for the funeral was the DK rap. Because Dad was, like, in love with that song for some reason. And back when, like, you know, Club Nintendo was...
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. And then back, like, when, like, Nintendo, like... where, like, you could, like, order stuff from, like, Nintendo Power, like, merchandise and that. Dad actually bought the DK64 CD. So he would have the DK rap playing a lot.
Joking aside, the
Okay,
DK
you wanted
rap
to say
is a
something, Micah?
genuinely good funeral song.
Yeah. The only problem I kind of have with it is that there's like so many shitpost versions of the DK rap. Like I cannot think, I cannot hear the DK rap without my mind going to he hacked the school Wi-Fi.
Oh, God.
I can't think of. And then there's Chunky. He's dead.
Chunky.
Oh God, the Brental Floss person.
Oh yeah,
I love that one so
Brenta
much.
Floss.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they're like,
look,
he's killing all the babies.
to be fair, there's a lot of video game songs out there that have been permanently ruined for me. Like I cannot, for example, listen to Honeycomb Highway from Santa Claus World without when the beat drops hearing it's hip to fuck bees.
Oh,
Nobody can. Nobody can.
God.
Let's be honest.
Oh God.
Du-du-du-du.
Anyway, Edgy, what's your history with Donkey Kong Country, at least?
I played the 3DS version of Donkey Kong Country when I just got my 3DS, and I asked my friend Yuri for some games to borrow, and he got me Donkey Kong Country, and I've only played like the first part. However, and this is not on purpose, by the way, because this playthrough has been recorded like a long time ago, and we've just been putting it aside for so long. But how do we feel about the announcement of Donkey Kong Country Returns returning?
I'm excited.
I will admit, I'm not that big of a fan of the Returns to Tropical Freeze compared to the original trilogy.
Right, to each their own, I guess. I'm more excited about.
I'm actually really
Returns
excited.
I'm excited for Returns returning because I never got a chance to play it on the Wii, and also I didn't really want to play it on the Wii because Waggle.
Yeah, the Wii. I played Returns. I played both Wii and 3DS version of Returns. The 3DS version is way better.
Because it doesn't have Waggle.
And
It doesn't have waggle, but it also doesn't have 60 FPS.
which doesn't really matter.
It does to me, and I'm gonna be that guy. I don't mind motion controls.
I don't mind motion controls either, but Returns is not a good example of good motion controls.
Motion controls for the sake of motion control.
Yeah. Like in my opinion, a good game with motion controls, and I'm going to basically cause a lot of fire in the comments section, Skyward Sword.
I was gonna say, you were
I
bringing
mean,
up like
Skyward Sword was literally designed with the Wii Motion Plus in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm kind of curious about it,
I
especially
think it's implemented
because
really well.
because we have the Switch version now, and like
I have not played the Switch version yet, so I can't really give my thoughts on that.
I'm waiting on the sale.
I'm just
I'm
not
waiting to get my copy back.
I'm just not in a good monetary spot. Also, I fucking hate this part of this treetop town.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
There are a lot of levels in this game. There are a decent chunk of levels in this game that are just like a pain in the ass to beat.
Yeah. This, a lot of the next world, actually, a lot of the next two worlds kind of are not that good.
Snowbarrel Blast.
Blackout Basement.
Okay, getting back to DKC Returns, when like the 3DS version of the game came out, my mom got like a 3DS XL with like the game as a bundle pack, and then she kind of finished the games, and my DS, like, it broke, like the screen cracked because of something that my brother decided to do to it. So mom's just like, here, she gave me her DS.
Well, that was nice of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom may not be much, but like she's a gamer, like me. And when, like, because we watched the direct when the game was announced, and she's like, wait, is this the new one or like a remake? And I'm like, Mom, they just said it's a remake of DKC Returns for the Switch. And she's like, do I have the Switch? I'm like, Mom, I gave you my Switch. It's right next to you on the dock. Right? Look. She looks, she's like, all right.
But the one problem that I want to address with the announcement of Donkey Kong Country Returns, I feel like Donkey Kong Country Returns should have been the game to get remade first, and then Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot of work to, put in re-releasing Wii games, but in case you guys forgot a piece of trivia of Nintendo history, I'm gonna remind you guys of it. They already remade Donkey Kong Country Returns for a similar kind of console, the Nvidia Shield, the Chinese version, because China had some weird laws regarding video game consoles. Nintendo made a version of the Chinese-only Nvidia Shield, and by that I mean the versions are Chinese-only. The Nvidia Shield is by far not China-only. Like, I'm pretty sure we could all get one on Amazon, whether it's .com or .nl or .ca, or is it NL.
.co.uk.
Well, none of us is British.
Still.
The point is, a bunch of old Wii games were made for the Nvidia Shield microconsole, and those games were, among others, Mario Kart Wii, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Mario Galaxy, Donkey Kong Country Returns, Zelda Twilight Princess, and I think Punch-Out Wii. So the work was sort of done because the Nvidia Shield and the Switch share a system architecture.
And yes, this is one of the most annoying bonus levels to get in this world. Because if you go off screen, the barrel will disappear.
Ooh, lovely.
Oh.
and it's all the
Gotta
way
love-
at the very bottom. You
gotta love SNES limitations.
Yeah. I mean, hey, okay. At least this isn't as bad as frickin' Yoshi's Island.
Oh god, fuck Yoshi's Island with the
Oh,
fucking
God.
red coins.
More Monkey Madness.
You know, look, to be fair, when it comes down to it, the logic of this game and barrels is basically the logic of me and my laundry. If I don't see it, it's not there.
Hashtag object permanence. I too have really bad object permanence. Whenever I see, whenever I want something, that I really, want, I can't, I don't see it in front of my eyes, it's not there.
Final
don't know
rule
what it
level,
is,
by
but
the way.
I don't know what it is, but, it's a weird quirk that I have sometimes.
Yeah, a lot of people have that too. I've noticed.
My peripheral vision is really selective.
Yeah, I'll admit I have selective peripheral vision too.
I also have a bit of auditory problem. Why are we talking about neurodivergent things? Actually, no, I don't mind it actually.
Yeah. It's interesting
Because
to
I-
share intimate medical
Okay, I gotta
details of us.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay, I got a topic. It's not Donkey Kong related, but it's the topic of a game being remade that coming out. Epic Mickey.
Okay,
How are
I'll
we
be
with
straight
that?
honest. I was gonna go, yes, D-Pad, we do know Epic Mickey is coming out, but honestly, I was worried that was gonna be way too mean.
That's kind of intriguing though.
I would have been like,
you know what else is intriguing?
I'm excited for it.
What Nintendo just posted 2 days ago.
Yeah,
Freaking smiley
Then it's
the paper bag on the smiling thing on its head thing.
I was thinking, I didn't see that. You're talking about that new horror game, right?
I'm talking about a potential new horror IP from Nintendo.
Yeah, that
What I-
thing. I'm
or
not
what I-
really
what
interested
I-
in horror games.
I'm selective about horror games.
Yes,
I'm not a big
yeah.
horror buff. Like when I hear Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm like, why am I in a classroom? But stuff like Resident Evil is a game series I kind of want to get into, but at the same time I kind of don't, because at this point I feel like
It's way too
Resident
deep.
Evil had its peak. But yeah, I played Resident Evil 7 in VR when I got my PSVR.
I forgot you did
and-
that.
That I streamed it or that I had PSVR.
That you played
Uh,
that new game. So I believe you said that before.
Well, there's a lot of games I played.
True.
I mean, did you know that I played Picross on my 3DS?
Yes, Sechi.
Yes.
And that I played the other Picross game on 3DS?
Played every
Yes.
Picross game on the 3DS. Anyway,
Not every one of them. I didn't play the Game Boy version of Mario Picross.
there's
well,
a Game Boy version?
I didn't finish
Oh,
it.
right. No, I remember it now, yeah. Anyway, back to the thing that
Yeah.
started this topic. I'm actually kind of excited about Epic Mickey. One thing I do hope it changes is it gives us a journal. That was really weird.
yeah, to keep
That
like
was a
track
weird
of like
glitch.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened.
weird glitch.
Kind of a funny quirk, honestly.
Well, you see, when the SNES runs out of memory, it just kind of bluffs and goes like, no, that's what happened.
This is NSO, Edgy.
Anyway, back to Epic Mickey real quick.
But yeah, I'm intrigued on the
No.
Epic Mickey remake, personally.
D-pad?
I am too. It was funny though, because I was like watching like the direct when like they made like the first announcement. I was like squealing with joy, and Mom just looks at me like, "Is there something wrong with you?" Then I point at like the screen, and she's like, "Is that Mickey?" I'm like, "It's Epic Mickey. Remember that game I was obsessed with when it came out?" She's like, "Oh dear Lord, it's happening again." I'm
Oh
like,
my
"You damn straight it is." I'm. Well, here's the thing.
Well,
Growing like, I loved the original Epic Mickey just because when it comes to like video games, Mickey doesn't have like that much of a reputation for video games, aside from like the Kingdom Heart games that he's in. And
Mickey Mouse Capade.
the like,
Correction, real quick.
yeah.
In the 90s, after the 90s, because we did have
Yes.
the Magical Mystery Tour,
And
Magical Mystery Quest game.
yeah, those games.
But nowadays,
But
yeah.
the thing that I really like, but the thing I really like about like the Epic Mickey games is because they take a lot of inspiration from like how Mickey originally was portrayed as, like this mischievous character that you don't really see that much anymore. Because like he's more of a mischievous character in like the comics, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then add that, and then the fact that, they were trying to get Oswald the Lucky Rabbit back at Disney to include in this game. That made like the game a lot more special to me, because a lot of people don't even know who Oswald even is. And it was like, because of this game, like it introduced like people to this character that was like long abandoned.
and I'd argue that people nowadays still don't know who Oswald is.
Yeah.
I know that Oswald is a character associated with Mickey. Is it like his cousin?
Oswald was the
Actually,
original idea.
Mickey,
Ah, so kind
Oswald
of like
was
Dr.
is
Dr.
Mickey's,
Eggman to Sonic.
Not really. No,
No, not really.
Oswald to Mickey is what Willy Wombat is to Crash.
To Crash.
Oswald is Mickey's half older brother. He was Walt's first official character that he created, but then there was the whole thing with Universal. Universal owned the rights to the character, so then Walt felt dejected, and so then on his train ride back home, he started sketching, and he came up with this character that eventually became Mickey.
Think of it this way.
One of the most iconic characters made
Think of it
on
this-
a whim on a train drive.
Yeah. Think
That's
of it
kinda
this way.
wild.
Think of it this way. Oswald was Mickey before Mickey was a thing.
And like I'm like a cartoon nut, so